This is the weather forecast video for Monday, February 27th, 2012. Let's take a look at the satellite image from last evening. You can see some cloudiness over the southeast, over the Florida Panhandle with some showers there. Storm system moving across the northern tier of the country bringing snow there, and another system coming into the Pacific, which will bring a bigger system later in the week. Watch warning map from just before midnight shows several winter weather watches and warnings across the northern tier. The blizzard watch in green, the winter storm watch, is for the system midweek, while the winter storm warning is for the system ongoing now. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening at 6 o'clock shows there'll be quite a bit of precipitation up there, and a lot of it is going to be in the form of some snow across the Dakotas into Minnesota, while here we'll get a wintry mix of rain, thunderstorms, and freezing rain. Let's take a look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at 6 p.m. this evening. You can see the energy off to our west, building and deepening in through California and Nevada. We'll still be under high pressure here today, so get a good look at the sun because we won't be seeing it a whole heck of a lot for a few more days after this system comes in. Into Tuesday, you can see by Tuesday evening the low pressure over central Nebraska, warm southerly winds bringing in warm enough temperatures to see mainly rain across the state, snow to our north and northwest. By midnight Wednesday morning, the low will have moved to the southeastern parts of South Dakota. Will still be in the warm sector, although the northwestern part of the state could switch over to some wintry mix. By 6 a.m., the cold air will be coming in, rain changing to some freezing rain or some snow as the low moves into southwestern Minnesota. Snow, very heavy snow to our north and northwest. And by midday Wednesday, the low is near Rochester. Will be dry slotted. There'll be a few flurries in the northern part of the state, but the heaviest snow will still be well to our north. And by the evening on Wednesday, the low is now near Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Could see some wraparound snow showers or a few flurries, but any accumulation will be maybe a dusting at best. There's the probability of snowfall. This is over a 48-hour period from Monday evening to Wednesday evening. This is of 2 inches or more. You see, this looks pretty likely right along the Iowa-Minnesota border and northward. 4 inches of snow in the 48-hour period looks pretty good from right along the Iowa-Minnesota border, maybe the I-90 corridor north. Very good, Minneapolis, St. Cloud, Duluth. This is 8 inches of snow or more. It still looks good from near St. Cloud westward to Watertown, South Dakota, Aberdeen. So this is a big storm we're missing. This is a foot of snow or more, and that orange area has a probability of 80% from Watertown to north of St. Cloud, Minnesota. This is 18 inches of snow, and that blue area is still 40 or 50%. So could see a foot to a foot and a half of snow up in that area. But around here, freezing rain could be possible. This is a probability of at least 1/10 of an inch of ice from Monday evening to Wednesday evening, the 48-hour period. The state looks like it's going to have at least a good chance of getting at least 1/10. 1/4 of an inch here, a little less likely. There is a small area near the Iowa Lakes region that is at 40%. So about 1/10, maybe 2/10 of an inch iced out of this, but mainly rain. Back to the GFS, and away goes that storm, and we don't have to worry about that. But here comes the next one here. Thursday night, the low near the South Kansas Colorado border, and that quickly moves in a 24-hour period to the southern end of Lake Michigan. And this will be a little bit colder than the last one, so any precip from this will likely be a wintry mix changing to snow. That moves off for the beginning of the weekend, with some lake effect possible in that area and some snow showers wrapping around over Wisconsin, Michigan, and down into the Ohio Valley. And by Sunday, the wind turns back around to the south and temperatures warm back up into at least the 40s across the state, maybe some 30s in the northeastern counties. But a week from today, on the 5th, you see some peace energy coming down near the U.S.-Canadian border with a bit of a fairly broad trough coming down from Canada, and low pressure over western Ontario with a cold front that'll be swinging down, but as has been the case lately, a lot of the moisture with this system will be near the U.S.-Canadian border into Canada. A few days later, on the 8th, that looks like a nasty storm near the mid-Atlantic region, a very deep trough, a pretty good peace energy there, and that looks like a nor'easter. And that looks nasty with a low off Cape Cod. Here, we just have southwesterly winds and won't have to worry about that with temperatures rising back to near 40. But look what happens at the end of the forecast. If this pans out on the 13th, a very deep trough, or pretty decent trough with some energy digging in. And that looks as nasty as the nor'easter, and we'll be on the cold side, so if this pans out, we could see some snow by mid-March, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the weather forecast video. We'll have another one tomorrow.